What have I done? So, why did they have to kill off my favorite characters? Today we are going to be attempting another 24-hour reading challenge slash readathon. I'm going to be doing the timer method, and we're going to be reading Stephen King books only. I've only read 4 of his books so far, and I've got all of these here. 15. There's one coming, there's another one coming. I've got like reading vlogs for a couple of them as well. Feel free to have a look at those. But the first book that we're going to be reading today is Carrie. This is Stephen King's first published book, I believe. It's quite short, so perfect. That's brilliant. And I've actually already started in this book as well. And right now we are following our main character, Carrie. Carrie White, and this book is about her powers, her telekinesis powers that she possesses. She goes through a lot of being bullied at school and also a lot of abuse as well at home from her own mother. So we're seeing her going through those throughout the book that I've read so far, and also like bits and bobs of her discovering a bit more of her telekinesis. This is where I am at the moment, so let's just get straight into it. We are 1 hour and 5 minutes in, and let me have a quick look at my page. I'm on now page 172. Update on this reading. Oh, it's so good. This is a short book, right? This is like what, 200 something pages. Usually in like any other book, any other writer, 170 something is kind of when getting into the suspense, you're getting into the thrill area, you are kind of in the, like entering in the midst of the situation, you know? But he can write so much in just 170 odd pages without really writing that much, if that makes sense. It's one of those stories where there's not a lot going on, but there's a lot going on. Does that make sense? The way that he writes it, a bit of research here, there's a bit of interviewing here, then there's a bit of jumping back to Carrie's point of view, then like other people, other students' point of view as well, her mum's point of view. So there's like lots of different things going on, and within the book there's no chapter title of like the character's name you're gonna follow the POV of. It's just like a bit of a spacing, and then it goes into like a paragraph of different characters' POV, but you know exactly who you are reading from because each character is so distinct from each other that you're able to like know exactly who it is. And just to show you, we are what's that, 80% through, I think. So we have, I'm going to try not to spoil it for myself. I'm just going to have a quick look at the page. So it's 248 pages. I'm on 173 or something. So we've got what, 70 odd pages left, I guess. Perfect, we can do that. We can do that in the next hour. I'm looking forward to it because it's just so good. So good, guys. My dudes. We are 2 hours and 8 minutes in, and we have completed Carrie. It was very good. It was such a thrill, like total thriller, and the last bits, so much going on that you're bouncing between like so many different characters, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It probably could have been a bit longer, but even so, this was really good. So much fun reading it, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna be picking our next book now, and I have no idea what book I want to pick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a spinner wheel thing with all the Stephen King books I currently have that I haven't read yet, and then I'm gonna let the wheel pick my next read. However, I'm a bit worried because if it picks like a book that's over 1,000 pages, that's going to be difficult. But we're gonna do it anyway. because I have no idea what I want to read next. So I'm going to create it now, and then I'll be back in a momento. I'm back. It took me a few minutes, but I am back now, and we have all the titles here. So I'm scared. I'm going to spin it. Ready? Ready. Let's go. I don't know why they're clapping. Oh, okay. Let me go get the book. What have I done? Well, actually, what's the wheel picker thing done to me? I mean, I am excited to read this book. I think it's going to be a blast. But it's over 1,000 pages in a 24-hour reading vlog, and I've already done 2 hours, so I've got 22 hours left to read this, I guess. Sure, why not? Let's start. Let's just make a dent. Let's start, see where it goes. But I'm excited. Yeah, it's big. I'll see you in a bit. It's the next day, and it's the next morning, and I've only done 3 hours and 1 minute, which is not good considering I'm trying to do a 24-hour readathon. I think I'm gonna go out this morning to a coffee shop, read a bit there, and then come back and give you another update, I guess, but that's gonna be the plan. He's so cute. So, quick update, we are at 4 hours 22 minutes. You wanna say something to everyone? Yeah. What can we say about this book, Maui? There's just so much going on. Again, like I mentioned before, we're being introduced to like a lot of different characters and stuff. And Stephen King, he is very good at making you like characters. So there's the one called Franny, I think Franny. She's like a 21-year-old. She's pregnant, and like she talks to her dad about it, and then her dad talks to her, kind of gives her a bit of wisdom behind everything, and asks her, what do you want to do about the situation. And it's one of those kind of things that Stephen King's really good at doing, which is writing about day-to-day conversations, day-to-day relationships and families, and then making you really, really like them. Like, I really like Franny's dad, but I bet you he's gonna die. I bet you that he's just... Is it raining? Anyway, I bet you he's going to he's definitely going to die. Hey, baby. Hey, yo. Bye. And the characters that I like are probably gonna die. The ones that I probably don't care too much about are probably going to be the ones that we're going to follow, maybe. I don't know. There's some very interesting characters that we've already been introduced to, and I love that. I love that how varied all the characters are with their personalities, with their background, with what they're going through right now, and it's really cool. So I'm really definitely very much enjoying it. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. Come here. You want to say hello to everyone? Hello. You want to say hello? He doesn't want to say hello. He only says hello to me. He doesn't. I don't know why he's not screaming. So we are at page 58 right now. We're not. We're not at page 58 because I was listening to the audiobook. Somewhere in the 80s is where we are right now. We're just going to read some more. So catch you in a bit. So, update, 12 hours and 9 minutes into this readathon. I keep saying reading challenge. I mean, it is a reading challenge, and it is a challenge right now because I'm now trying to find pockets of time to actually do this challenge. So it's gonna take a while to actually complete it. Nevertheless, we do have an update. So as you can see, we are on page 366 now out of 120 odd pages, and it's obviously a thick book, and it feels like a thick book. Kind of dragging on a little bit, which isn't like the best thing to say about a book that you actually genuinely enjoy, but I just feel that there's a little bit too many POVs. Not the main POVs, but there's also other characters that get thrown in different chapters that we're following for that one chapter, and then they're gone because they're dead, right? So it's like those chapters are giving you like a flavor of what's going on around the US, what other people are experiencing related to the virus, but it's like there's one too many almost of those kind of chapters. So that's just my own opinion. I mean, to be fair, like the chapters I do read, they are really good and they do provide a lot of context of what's going on with this virus. It's just that I much prefer to follow our main characters, and at the moment what's going on right now, the main characters, most of them are starting to find other survivors as well, and they're all like journeying towards a location that they feel would have other survivors as well. So that's interesting, and I'm looking forward to them all like meeting up and forming those two different groups that we're going to see. So like I said, enjoying this book. I'm going to be reading some more, and then I'll give you an update in a little bit later. Chaps, it has been a while, and when I say a while, it's been like weeks since I've last updated you. We are actually on, if you can see it, there you go, 20 hours and 16 minutes into our challenge, which means that we have just under like 4 hours left of reading our book. As you can see, this is what I've read, right? So we got this much left. I'm on page 683. It's just taken me so long to actually complete this reading challenge because, like I said before, just finding a pocket of time during my day to read it. However, back to the story, a lot of our main characters have found their person that they're looking for. So we have Mother Abigail and Randall Flagg. They are the two kind of opposing, almost like good and evil, well, pretty much good and evil, and we are seeing our characters kind of finding one or the other. I'm really enjoying that. I'm enjoying that we're finally getting to that part of the story. We're finally seeing kind of how the different societies are being built right now. Mother Abigail and her group are understanding that, number one, they are going to have a lot of people gathering up. People are going to start gathering to one or the other place because they understand now that the Dark Man probably does exist, because they've never seen him before. It's all through the dreams, but since they did dream about Mother Abigail, then like they're like thinking, well, the Dark Man probably does exist as well. And these kind of two different groups are going to be gathering their people, and they're figuring out, okay, how many people are actually going to come to us? How is the society going to be built up? What do we need to do? How do we actually decide who's in charge? Who makes the kind of final decision in things? Should it be Mother Abigail? Should it be the original 7 people who had first joined and found Mother Abigail? So there's like that kind of conversation going on with that side of people. Whereas in Randall Flagg, or the Dark Man's side, they've already like established a system. Their system is like good, you know, they're getting shit done. But if people don't follow the rules, that is like, you're screwed, you're gone, you know, like that kind of situations. And I am really enjoying it. And another thing, as always with Stephen King's writing, he's very good at writing from the character's point of view, according to their age, their sex, and the things that they're going through. He really is able to build up the character so that they feel real. Some characters are kind of like dickheads, and you're like, okay, you need to like chill out for a bit. And then other characters are like, oh yeah, I understand, you know, where you're coming from. Other characters are like, oh, like he's gonna be a problem sooner or later he's going to be an issue for this group of people. And that's exciting. That's exciting to read. We're gonna just read as much as we can. I will give you an update soon, if not at the end of the 24 hours has been completed. So I'll see you in a bit. So it's been like a couple of months since I started this video, but I have finally finished this 24-hour reading challenge. Finally, it's completed, and I had gotten, so I think when I finished the 24-hour reading challenge, I got to around like the 824 mark, which is where my finger is at the moment. However, since finishing the reading challenge, I had obviously continue on reading for like another 300 odd pages because I couldn't put it down. I was like, oh, just because I finished the reading challenge doesn't mean I have to stop reading the book, right? And I had continue on, and I literally just couldn't stop reading this book, even though it has taken me like 2 months to actually finish off the 24-hour reading challenge. But I was in a reading slump, but it seems like once the reading challenge was actually over, I just ploughed through this bloody behemoth of a book. Let's recap what I've done. From what I remember. So we finished off Carrie. Really good book, really fun. Not fun, I mean, like, it was a really good book. It was nice and short, a great Stephen King novel. If you wanted to start reading Stephen King books, this is like a great way to get yourself into his world, his writing style, and just what he's about. And then obviously the wheel had selected The Stand for me, which was, it wasn't great to do a 24-hour reading challenge with this behemoth of a book and not actually having the full 24 hours to read it, but it's fine. It doesn't matter because I am reading this right now and I'm absolutely loving it. It's just typical like Stephen King style to be able to write about a situation. He makes me love these characters and he makes me so sad when things happen to them. And it's like heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. Okay, so I think from here on out, I'm going to be talking about spoilers. So if you haven't read The Stand and you really want to, then feel free to click away. Absolutely fine. You watched the whole video at this point anyway. But I'm going to be finishing off reading The Stand. There's going to be spoilers. I'm going to be talking about everything because I need someone to talk to. So I'm going to talk to you about it. So let's just dive right into the spoilers, right? So why did they have to kill off my favourite characters, basically, is what I'm saying. I mean, like, I assume they're dead because Nick got blown up, so he's definitely dead, right? There's nothing that anyone can do to bring him back. Mother Abigail, dead, of course, so she's another character that I really liked. And then I think I've gotten to the part right now where Stu has, like, broken his leg, him and Larry and Glenn and Ralph, they're on their journey now, going across from east to west, and they are going to confront the Dark Man. But then Stu, he breaks his leg, and I thought, okay, maybe there's still a chance that the three of them will survive this situation, come back, and Stu will be there. He'll be, you know, malnourished. He'll be like on the brink of death, but then he will still go back home. But then, like, that chapter that I just finished, and it ends with they left and they never saw Stu Redman again. I am distraught. I am not happy with Stephen King for doing that to me yet again, and I can't be attached to any characters. I mean, I already am, but I can't really anymore because it's just not a good idea to do that, not with Stephen King having his ideas of just wanting to rip my heart out and stomp on it and break it up into a million pieces. So there's that situation going on right now. I mean, I haven't finished it, but other things about the book, I will say that so far, I would have wished that the first half of the book was shortened and then they gave a bit more time to the end of the book, because right now I have like about 100 pages left, and I feel like there's so much still to do, or at least I felt like I would have enjoyed spending more time with the four of them and them traveling across. And then we also see like Tom Cullen and him making his way back to the west as well, and so far he's still making that journey. I think I would have liked to have seen more of how his journey had went from actually traveling to the east. It was actually quite interesting to see the section about Las Vegas, what's going on with the Dark Man, how everything is being run. Kind of see that at the first half of the book, and then now at the end of the book we saw a little snippet of it as well. But compared to understanding everyone at Boulder, that was like a big chunk of the book, which was great. I really enjoyed that. But I think maybe like some part of the beginning of the book, if they actually like cut some of that down and use some of those word count for like second half of the book, then I would have preferred that. I felt like that would have been a nicer round of information or like journey of this whole story. But otherwise, this is such a good book. I have no idea how it's going to end. I hope it ends in a way where the Dark Man dies, they kill him, or he like, vanishes, goes away, and then maybe we see in like 50 years time what has happened to the world, how have they kind of hopefully built up the world, or like the US anyway. I really don't want the Dark Man to have won. That would not be ideal at all. So anyway, that's my rambling. For now, I'm going to be reading more of this, and then I will give you an update later on. I have finished The Stand. I finished it. I finally finished it, and I am so happy that I did, and it was so good. My little dragon is just glowing. Anyway, how do I even describe how I feel right now? So like the previous clip, and I was like almost crying because I thought Stu Redman was going to die or had died because of that one sentence. Obviously, if you've read this book, you know that that's not the case, that didn't happen. It was actually the other way round. Well, there you go. That was why. Because all the other people died, all the other ones died, and I don't know. I didn't want any of them to die, but I knew some of them were going to. I just didn't realize that all of them except one was going to. So that was sad, and just the moment leading up to them being Larry, Glenn, and Ralph. They obviously got to the west, they got to Las Vegas, and then they were like imprisoned and everything. Up to the part where Larry and Ralph were about to be, that was really like sad to read, because I was like, oh no, like is it gonna happen? Is this how they're actually gonna go? But obviously it didn't went that way. It went a whole different way, which was crazy, and everything blew up, and it was nuts. But it kind of made sense, because it was almost like a lot of people had to be sacrificed in order for the rest of the people in the east to survive, or at Boulder to survive. I will say though, one thing that I really liked, and I noticed and I realized after finishing the book, was that the way Stephen King would basically tell you, well, not tell you, but he would say a certain thing, a certain line, where you know that character isn't going to survive anymore, except for the Stu Redman one. But like the other characters, they would say, and then they never saw him again, and then she never returned. So you knew that character was was gone. But then he would describe that person's journey and what they actually went through, what happened, how they came to be gone forever kind of thing. And I really like that way of writing, basically giving you a spoiler but you still want to read and know what happened. It makes you like yearn for the answers even though you know what the end result is. There's just so much going on in this story that makes you want to know and understand what happened to the characters, how it ended for them. And that is such amazing writing. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to really say about this. I really enjoyed it. I thought it's such an excellent book. I think it's really good. I absolutely would recommend this book to anyone who wants to read it. Obviously it's a behemoth, so you gotta prepare yourself for that. You're gonna have an experience and you're gonna have a journey with these characters, but that's all I can say really. And I hope you have enjoyed this 24-hour reading challenge, which had turned out to be like a 2-month thing, but we have finished it now, we have completed it, and I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!